Good morning, YouTube fans. This is Dr. Matthew Johnson at the Southern Oregon Habituation Area. It is Wednesday morning, June 11th, 2014 at 7:25 a.m. With us this morning we have
Adam Davies
and
John Carlson.
Yay! Gentlemen, before we go out and check the gifting bowls this morning, did we have any activity last night?
Yeah, I think that, well, the night started. The first really significant thing for me last night was the sound.
Yeah.
Which we heard.
Adam and I both heard it.
Heard it over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was the single biggest thing I heard until this morning.
Okay.
John?
Yes, I heard it as well. It was quite distinct. It was fairly loud, and I can't imagine what that would have come from. It's not a primate, sounded a primate type of sound, or humanoid, but there's certainly no humans out here.
Okay.
None of us.
Now I have a question, guys. You guys were focused last night, standing back here, backside of the car, looking over in this direction. Why were you doing that last night?
Because there was like a knocking sound, yeah, repeatedly coming from that area. And I was trying, well, both of us, we were trying to see if we could see anything, you know, see if we could see a Bigfoot in the woods there, because there was a knocking sound. And at one point, there was quite just slightly up from there at 9 o'clock. There was a Matthew Johnson and I both heard
A stomp.
yeah. Well, I don't know. It was like a thud. Yeah.
Okay. A thud with the foot. Okay, cool. And last night when I was working the perimeter, I was at the 12 o'clock gate right there, and I saw a young one looking around and a taller one right about there, behind the bushes, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. And when I walked a little farther and kind of peeked around that corner, both of them took steps around the corner to get out of my view. So I thought that was interesting. Well,
I saw something as
yes.
well at about 9:30 to 10 o'clock.
9:30, right over here. Okay.
We had a very strong moon last night. I think it was a full moon. And
yes.
There was a lot of moonshine.
Moonshine. There was no alcohol in camp last night. Okay.
Moon glow.
There we go. The moon was shining.
The moon was shining.
There we go.
There was light from the moon coming from the other side of the forest.
Yes.
There to our left there.
Okay.
At 9 o'clock.
Yes.
And between two trees, there was an area where it was illuminated by the moon, and saw very quickly a silhouette go between one tree and another.
Okay.
Quite distinctly. It was quick, but it was.
Yeah.
It was definitely something that was upright, and I couldn't judge the height. Maybe 6 or 7. Not sure. But
right.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen one yet. I have to say, I'd like to see one, but I haven't actually seen one yet, which is annoying.
Which is annoying. Okay. Well, let's go see some gifting bowls.
There's one more thing,
yes.
Matthew.
Yeah.
Which is significant.
Okay.
John was up, yeah, and he was moving around, and at 5 to 7 this morning. So
okay.
So half an hour ago, there was a very distinctive knocking.
Oh, yes.
Very distinctive, and it's in the distance. It seemed to me to be from a very clear distance, but it was very, very distinctive.
Yes, I heard it.
It's completely unambiguous. So let me give us a very brief synopsis about the things which I think are unambiguous, because there is wind in camp, and you can, you know, if you're here at night, you know, you have to be very careful to distinguish between creaking trees,
yes,
yeah, and any other sound.
Yeah.
So for me, the three distinctive things. First of all, as evening fell, there was a sound, which I cannot explain.
Coming from that area.
Yeah, it's coming from that area, which I cannot explain as being trees or bushes or anything else.
No. Okay.
There was the dull thud sound from over there.
From over there.
Which was repeated, which again was not trees or creaking. And then there was the knocking sound, yeah, at 5 to 7 this morning. So those are the three things. I'm yet to see one. I really like to see one, but for me, they are not explained by any naturally occurring foliage or other phenomenon here.
Okay. Now we're going to check the gifting bowls. I predicted yesterday that we might have more visitors on the perimeter last night, and we did. Now, normally, traditionally, that means the gifting bowls get hit on the second morning. So let's go look and see if the gifting bowls got hit or if they still have a restriction placed on them by Daddy to leave the gifting bowls alone. So go ahead, I'll follow you guys into the woods.
Want to grab some gloves?
Oh, yes, grab some gloves. You grab some gloves.
Yeah, you've got some gloves.
Because you're examining the bowls.
The one thing again I'd say is Matthew Johnson has not been past us this morning. We're going up to these gifting bowls. He has not seen them. We are going as a group.
Yep. So. Okay. Yeah, no one's been out there yet. Yep. And remember, I'll be taking a picture of the bowls before we handle them. Yep. Okay. So we're entering the woods at the 12 o'clock position, otherwise known as the gate. The bulls are about 100 feet away from camp or so.
I can see the bulls now. One of the bowls has been completely cleaned out. I'm just going to take a picture.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, that's cool. Look at that. Look at that. Now that is very strange. And really interesting. So do you want to just come in?
Can I take a quick pic and then I'll swing around the other side
and very interesting.
And get you. Okay.
Oh, I like that.
Picture, picture, and one more picture. Okay, now.
How the bowl is disturbed.
Yeah.
It's not really moved from its position.
So we'll talk about this.
Yep, go ahead.
So there are two bowls here.
Can you squat down?
Yeah. There are two bowls here. And you saw last night the food that we put in them. One of the bowls has been completely cleaned out. Completely cleaned out.
And moved. That's been moved from the other bowl. So
it's a little further to the left.
Yeah, so we might have some prints on that bowl. So
yeah. Now John was just making the point that if it was critters, there'd be a mess everywhere. Yeah, so if you just pan onto the ground,
yes,
so you can
around the bowl, right?
Yeah, there's no debris, there's no crumbs. There's two very small crumbs here of the biscuit,
the crackers.
The crackers. I like these Ritz.
Yeah.
These Ritz crackers, and I bought some of those. And there's some very few crumbs of those. Everything else has been taken whole. There's just a few. Right in the bottom of this jar, there's just in this bowl. There's just a tiny little bit of peanut butter residue here.
Right. That's because the sandwich was face down on the bowl. Right.
Yeah. So everything's been taken
very neatly
as whole entities, so something's been picking them up, and it's very encouraging because obviously, you know, from John and I's point of view, they're not perturbed by the fact that we're here because they're eating and they're hanging around.
Yep.
John, do you want to add stuff? Or want to say anything else?
You want to get down low, John, and give any analysis or any observations that you noticed?
I'm just impressed that the lack of debris or mess around the bowl. It looks like it's been moved slightly to the left. But it gives the impression as if the items in the bowl were plucked out of the bowl, as opposed to an animal that would have been sticking its face in its muzzle and eating. It would expect a lot more debris around the bowl, and maybe to see the bowl moved more or turned over. But none of these things seem to be the case.
Okay.
It looks as if they were pulled from the bowl.
Yeah, picked up and pulled out.
Yeah.
Instead of chewed on while they were in the bowl or pulled out of the bowl and chewed outside the bowl. Yeah.
Yes.
And okay, so in this bowl over here, we had 5 chocolate covered almonds, and they're still there. we had 4 Ritz crackers and one was taken out, and as Adam pointed out, there's just a couple
there's
crumbs.
a whoop going on behind you.
Yeah.
There's a whoop going on, okay.
Yeah. Just from over there.
Just from over there.
Should we have a little walk down? Sure. We're just going to have
I'm going to stay right here and film you guys.
We're just going to have a little walk down.
So Adam and John heard some whoops over in that area, and they're going to get a closer look. The movement of these bulls are pretty awesome, or movement of the bull on the left is pretty awesome. And while they're down there, because I heard movement, or a whoop down there, I'm actually hearing some movement coming from the west. I'm not exactly sure what I'm hearing coming from the west. Interesting. There's obviously more than one up here. I caught a photobomb last year of one just over in this area. Atlas was standing here and was looking that way, and it was like right there. They're coming back.
If I was here by myself, I might say, well,
Yeah, of course you would. Yeah. Of course you would.
So obviously didn't see anything.
No, but
Definitely heard something.
definitely heard something. Otherwise, I wouldn't have bothered climbing.
You know what was cool is while you guys were going down there looking, I heard some movement coming from that area over there.
Have a look at one rock.
Yeah. So,
You still got the gloves on.
you know what? I'm running out of battery, so I'm gonna have you look at this, pretty please. Get you on the bull, looking at the bulls.
okay. Are we carrying these yet? Or
No, we're gonna pick this bull up and blow on it for fingerprints.
Yeah. Do you remember what I did yesterday?
Gloves first, right?
Gloves first.
I'll be here with you while you do the gloves, and let Adam walk off and see if he sees anything down the trail.
I was saying to Adam, I'm glad he's hearing a lot of the same things that I've been hearing. That's a crow.
Yeah, that's a crow, yes.
Because I would probably second guess myself if I was here by myself.
Right.
Especially being a bit new to all this.
Right, and from New Jersey.
And from New Jersey.
Yeah, just kidding. That's just a joke for...
Where the Sasquatch just curse at you.
Yeah, that's right. Joyzy. A Joyzy squatch.
Hey, get out of my woods.
Yeah. What's the matter with you? Okay.
Here they're a little more stealthy.
Yeah. Let's pick up this bull on the edges and then blow on it, just a kind of blow, and look for prints. Oh, yeah, blow that again. Wow, look at that. That's like a big thumbprint.
Yeah,
right there.
yeah, that's...
Okay, blow on it again because I want to try to get some pictures of that. There. There. Yeah. Blow again. A couple more pics. Awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so you know what that means, though? Thumbprint there?
Yeah.
That means inside here, fingerprints.
Yeah.
So blow
And, yeah, I
inside
could see
here.
without blowing on it, it looks like.
It's got a huge thumbprint on the outside of that bowl. And fingerprints on the inside.
Okay.
Right there, blow. Look at that
Oh yeah,
thumbprint.
very distinctive. Yeah.
Look at that thumbprint.
That is very clear. Yes. Now if you put my thumb, yeah, and we haven't washed for a few days.
A little bit bigger.
Yeah, yeah, that's the point. Yeah, so that's bigger and flatter and rounder there. That's very interesting.
Yep.
Absolutely. So.
Wow. Now there's got to be fingerprints on the inside with that thumb. So turn this bowl around. There's going to be fingerprints here, correlating with the thumb. So blow in here on the side. See? Blow. Yeah. Look. Right there.
Let's have a look.
Fingerprints. Right there. Boom, boom, boom. Right
Blow
there.
it again, John.
Yep. My dragon breath.
Yeah, no, it's all right. None of us have washed for several days now.
Right there. See that?
Yeah.
Right
Yes.
there?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Right there.
You see this, Adam? Right here. 3. 1, 2, 3. Right there.
Yeah, I see.
Wow.
I like the thumbprint especially.
Yeah.
It's very distinct.
And, okay, look.
What?
It looks like
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
there, too.
Yep. Hold still.
Wow.
Where?
Right here.
Oh, yeah. Let me get that. Couple pics. Come on, take a pic. Yeah. Awesome. So we have the thumbprint on the outside of the bowl, Adam, and we got the fingers on the inside of the bowl.
Oh, that's awesome.
Now I think if one's being objective, one is going to have to conclude that was a squirrel, possibly a deer. Right?
With fingers.
The famous deer fingers
Yeah.
of Southern Oregon.
Yes. Deer have fingers.
I don't think you can believe that. It's ridiculous. I'm very interested in the fact that there's this early morning activity.
Yes.
This is the highest concentration of activity you've had in the morning.
Well, what kind of activity you're talking about?
Well, we heard the knocking, we've heard a noise down there.
Yeah.
And that's why John and I followed
Yeah.
that noise.
Yeah. What kind of noise?
Like
A whoop?
well, no, not
Not
strong
quite a
as
whoop.
Not
but-
quite as a whoop. It was sort of it was almost like it was. Yeah, there was definitely something there, which is unusual.
Something off over, and that's where you guys walked.
That's where we walked.
Yeah. Okay. And then I heard something down that way while you guys were walking.
Well, I've just been up there, right?
Yeah.
I can't hear it back now.
Right. Well, yeah, they're not going to do it when you're right there.
No.
Yeah. And then we have a thumbprint outside the bowl and fingerprints inside the bowl. From a bowl, I might add, that had been moved off to the side. So obviously they picked up the bowl, ate, served it to others maybe, and then put the bowl back down. So again, fingerprints, thumbprint, had to have been a cougar, an elk, a squirrel, possibly a deer or a raccoon, right guys?
No, it's none of those.
No? What do you think it might have been?
Well, there's only two hypotheses that you could draw here.
Yeah.
If you were really sceptical, you would say that there's Matthew Johnson's perpetrating a massive hoax, and there's some guys coming in at night who are behaving like primates, yeah? Or you could conclude that Matthew Johnson has Bigfoots here, and he's interacting with them. There's only two possibilities. It's either Matthew's making it up, or Matthew's telling the truth. Yeah, and there's nothing. It's not animal activity in between. I've looked for animals all over the world. It's not animal activity, not random animal activity. So you conclude it's one of the two things.
And are you leaning in any particular direction, Mr. Davies?
Yeah, I think you're a complete bullshitter. I just want to say.
Thank you for your vote of confidence, Mr. Davies.
Saw the Squatch suit with the zipper up the back.
Yeah. No. Just let me clarify that before. No, I think Matthew has what would be regarded by some people as an unorthodox approach, and I understand that. But I think Matthew is completely sincere in what he does. One thing he isn't is a hoaxer. He's a completely sincere bloke. I've spent some time now hanging with him for a few days. And I was, in my previous existence, I cross-examined people in court. And that basically involved indicating whether somebody's telling the truth or not. Yeah, That was what I did for a living for nearly 8 years. Now, to say that you can always spot a liar, it means you're lying yourself, and you can't. But I've got pretty good after 8 years of doing it for a living at spotting whether somebody's bullshitting me or not. And Matthew is completely sincere and very passionate about this area. And I don't believe he is in any way hoaxing anything. In fact, he's nakedly honest about what he sees. Yeah, sometimes almost to his detriment. And that's his personality. Now, so you have to conclude it's Bigfoot / primate activity, or Matthew has a lot of resources and at his disposal, and guys are prepared to creep around in the woods all night for him to impress me and John.
Okay.
So it's one of the two, isn't it?
Yes.
We can attest that no one broke camp here after we set down the gifting bowls, and for somebody to be up here without our knowledge seems highly unlikely, because, not to disclose any details about the location, but it's extremely difficult to get in here. We're miles into the woods through a very, very uneven road, and I use the word road very, very loosely. It's a bit scary at times.
You have to be determined to drive up here.
Yes.
Yeah.
And anybody trying to hike in would be noticed.
You basically you couldn't get past us in a vehicle. Yeah. In any circumstance.
Not.
That's 100%. So what you would have to do is know exactly where this spot is, because Matthew Johnson, I told you, hike up here, secrete yourself in the night, and actually it's pretty risky to do that. So I think that that possibility is very implausible. The more plausible possibility, given the location, the behaviour, and what I've heard, is that Matthew Johnson is interacting with Bigfoots at SOHA. Now, you can agree or disagree with his methodology, that's fine, but it seems to me that his methodology in this particular location is bringing results. Otherwise, things wouldn't be taking his food, things wouldn't be on the edge of the perimeter of his camp. And yeah, he's very passionate.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much.